Hello, Deering Eagles. I'm here to read to you the Reindeer Wish. And today, as my special guest, I have Sweets and Coco with me. You guys have probably heard me talk about Sweets and Coco before. Now, at some point, they might get up and decide to run away. They might get up and they decide to bark really loud, so sorry about that if that happens. But for right now, they're hanging out beside me because I'm the one with the treats. So you can see they've got their special jingle bells on. They are all ready for Christmas. I hope you are too, if that's what you and your family celebrate. All right, well, I hope you notice we have our kindness elves and their reindeer up here. They're all ready for tonight. And as you can see, I've got my pajamas on because I am all ready for Christmas Eve. And today we're gonna read the Reindeer Wish. Now, if you're in Miss Tan's class, you heard part of this story, but we didn't get totally to the end. But it's a wonderful story with great pictures. It is by Lori Everett, and the photographs are by Per Rehagen, I believe it's pronounced. So, all right, well, the Reindeer Wish. I'll show you the front cover there. Ready? Long, long ago, far to the north and high in the snowy mountains, where you could ski for days and never see another soul, lived a kind little girl named Anja. Anja had many friends at school, but when school was out, she sometimes got lonely. She would have liked to have a brother or sister, but mostly she wished for a puppy. Every week, she wrote a letter to Santa, put it in the post box, and hoped for the best. So if you're in Miss Tan's class, you already know that I don't show the pictures until I finish reading because I want you to be making a movie in your mind about the words that I'm reading. So hopefully you're coming up with your own illustration in your mind. And then you can compare it to the picture that's actually in the book. One Christmas Eve, while her parents were busy getting ready for the holiday, Anja took a little trip to the one hill that she was allowed to ski on alone. She climbed up that hill and flew back down over and over again until one day the light began to fade and she became quite cold and tired. So here she is going up the hill and down the hill again. That would wear you out, up the hill and down the hill. Anja decided to rest until her mother came to take her home. She had learned that animals keep warm by burying themselves in the snow. So she set up her skis, then burrowed into a little hole under a tree and drifted off to sleep. When Anja woke, she saw a cardinal, a rare sight so far north, and she wondered if this was the cardinal who had helped her meet Santa Claus the Christmas before. Then the cardinal spoke. It was the cardinal. This sounds like a pretty special cardinal. Now, for those of you that don't know, cardinal is that little red bird right there. See how she's dug herself into the snow to stay warm? The bird said, Anja, I need your help. There is a baby reindeer alone under a tree near your house. Can you get your sled and help me save him? Anja skied home, grabbed her sled, and followed the cardinal to the baby. As she followed him, Anja worried about taking the little reindeer. She had been told never to touch a wild animal baby. The cardinal told her that the mother reindeer could not come back. He will starve if we leave him, the cardinal said. You must take him home and care for him. Anja looked at the reindeer. Oh, what a beautiful baby, she thought. She gently picked up the reindeer and he nuzzled into her neck. I hope I can keep him, she told the cardinal. The bird assured Anja that her parents would not turn the reindeer away. These are being so good. I'm going to give them a little treat for hanging out. You go, see? All right. there she is. She's got her sled. She's going to take that reindeer and take care of it. The cardinal was right. There you go, Coco. Okay. Anja's parents told her that she would be a very good reindeer mama, and that baby could sleep in the little hay shed. After a great deal of thought, she named him Odin, after her grandfather. Anja spent every free moment with her young friend. She fed Odin with a baby bottle, sang to him, and played her fiddle for him. He grew stronger each day. So there he is in their little hay shed, their little cabin, and she's playing her fiddle. A fiddle can also be called a violin. Winter flew by as Anja and Odin played and raced and looked for signs of spring. As the lake thawed, they loved to watch the swans. Come up here, Coco. Here you go, Coco. Oh, sorry, no, you're too sweet. Sorry. Winter flew by as Anja and Odin played and raced and looked for signs of spring. As the lake thawed, they loved to watch the swans and laughed as the usually graceful birds dove for food, bottoms up and feet flapping. As Odin grew, so did his antlers. He could not guess how Anja always found him when they were playing hide and seek. They spent the spring and summer exploring the countryside, often stopping for a chat and a snack. So it's kind of hard to see here, but she's playing hide and seek with Odin, and Odin's antlers are beginning to grow. So Odin thinks that he can hide behind these boards here, but his antlers are sticking up, and that makes it really easy for her to find him. Good dog. Anja's grandfather had told her that the best place to practice her fiddle was alongside the music of a waterfall. So every morning, Odin followed Anja to the rushing, splashing falls, where she played beautiful tunes for him, the squirrels, and for the birds. Look at how big he's gotten. And there she is, playing her fiddle by the waterfall. You want pets? He's asking for pets now. Odin was a wonderful fishing partner as well. They roamed far into the mountains, searching for trout and taking a dip if the day got warm. One day, while Anja was fishing, Odin wandered away, following a delicious trail of reindeer moss. And if you're in Miss Tan's class, do you remember what that reindeer moss is called? It starts with the letter L. Lichen, that's right. She searched and called for him, and she became very worried. Finally, she ran back to her house and found the wooden horn her parents used to call her home. Anja blew the horn with all her might. And guess what? It worked. Odin came trotting back as soon as he heard the sound. Look at that long horn. And she blows it, and he does come back. Autumn came quickly. Odin didn't understand that he wasn't invited into the schoolhouse, and he gave the teacher a fright the first day when he decided to join Anja's class. The children laughed and laughed long after Anja took Odin outside and asked him to wait for her. Her parents laughed too when she told them the story later. So there he is, coming in to the school. Wouldn't that be really silly if we had a reindeer walk into Daring Elementary? Autumn is a short season in the mountains. It seems that as soon as your bare feet begin to feel a chill, the first snowflakes appear. Anja realized that Odin was as smart as he was strong. So she began to teach him to pull a sleigh. She started with her little sled, having him pull small loads of dolls and toys. And sometimes she pretended that she was Santa Claus. Look at her. Oh, 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 oh. You guys are such good listeners. Thank you. One day, as Christmas drew near, Anja borrowed her father's horse's sleigh. She and Odin were going to bring home the loveliest Christmas tree Santa had ever seen. Look at that. Oh, how cool. Do you see it too? I know. They decorated the tree together, and what fun they had. Anja could not resist putting a few ornaments on Odin's antlers. She stood perfectly still, and she tried not to laugh. He looked so festive and silly. Look at that, she's putting ornaments on his antlers. That's crazy. Makes me laugh too. The next day was colder. Still laughing about that. The next day was colder, a perfect day to ice skate. Odin was an attentive audience, and he really watched her. He watched as Anja gave one grand performance after another. Ice skating. After Anja finished skating, as she and Odin happily made their way home, they suddenly heard a rumble from above. They looked up and saw a reindeer herd running along the ridge. Anja turned to Odin to tell him that it was the most beautiful sight she had ever seen, but she stopped short when she saw a tear in Odin's eye. Why do you think? Why is Odin sad? Anja wondered then if Odin missed living with other reindeer. Would he be happier if he could run with that herd? They walked slowly now, each lost in their own thoughts. So it's kind of hard to see, but this whole, see all this darkness over here? That's a whole herd of reindeer. That's the way they traveled together up north. As Anja hugged Odin goodnight, she continued to think about the reindeer herd. It would break her heart to lose her best friend, but she wanted him to be happy. She had never felt so confused before. That night, Anja couldn't sleep until she remembered the bell Santa had given her. He had said, if you ever need help, ring this bell 3 times. When she woke up the next morning, she went outside and rang the bell. On the 3rd ring, the cardinal appeared. Santa has a place for Odin with his herd of magic reindeer. If you wish, I can guide you and Odin to his home at the North Pole, the cardinal said. They agreed to leave at once. It was a long journey through snowy white forests and over windy mountain passes. Anja rode on Odin's warm back, and the cardinal sang songs and told them cheerful, funny stories about life at the North Pole. Yeah, she's happy that he's going somewhere where he'll feel at home with other reindeer, but she feels kind of sad too, right? That'd be hard. As evening fell, their path was lit by magical, shimmering ice globes. Oh, and it's also lit. Do you remember what these are called? Those are the northern lights. Another word for that is the aurora borealis. Early the next morning, they entered a snowy forest and could see. Uh-oh. All right, you can still see me, right? My computer went dark. Early the next morning, they entered a snowy forest and could see a red house surrounded by reindeer. They passed a grove of trees, and there was Santa Claus, arms open in a greeting. He hugged them all and said, "Welcome. Thank you, Anja, for your wonderful gift. I am proud of how well you have cared for and trained Odin. I know you will miss each other, but I promise that he will be very happy here and that you will see him every year. I have a gift for you in return." I wonder what kind of gift he has. Santa Claus presented a bag with 3 adorable squirming puppies and asked Anja to choose one for herself. Look at that bag full of puppies. Anja picked up the puppy who had reached for her hand, and she was just about to thank Santa when the puppy licked her face, making her laugh instead. Because puppies like to do that, right? Yes. Wait, you're a licker. The next thing she knew, Anja was in her own bed, laughing, and the puppy was in her arms. It's like magic, I guess, huh? How did I get home, she wondered. Could it all have been a dream? But if it was a dream, how did this puppy get here? Do you think it was a dream? The puppy's there. I don't know. What do you think? And here's Anja and her little puppy. Did the reindeer get his wish, do you think? One more beautiful picture to show you. Whoops. That one too. All right. Well, hey guys, that was the reindeer wish. Coco and Sweets, you did a great job hanging out. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the story by the fireplace here, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve and a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. And Daring Eagles, we will see you back in the new year, ready to learn. Okay, we'll see you later. Have a great night. Bye. You guys say bye. Bye.